मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयम् उदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम 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 हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम 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 हरे। जय श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की जय, ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्री चैतन्य चरितामृत की जय, Srila Gurudev ki jai, what towards Anonymous, translations and purpose by Guru Srila Prabhupada, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Nitai Gaur Chandra Premanande, Hari Hari Bol, Hare Krishna. I want to make a request to all of you that when you come to the programs, Matajis are covering their heads very nicely. The Prabhus should not wear t-shirts and all that, if it is possible. If it's not, that's fine, but you must wear a nice white kurta and come, okay? This is not right. I don't know why you did not pick up. For ladies, Matajis, nobody told them you should cover your hair, but they did on their own. And we questioned them, why are you covering your hair? They said, no, we are happy doing it. So somebody saw it and they did it. But how come our Prabhus are not doing this? Why you have to be told, that why you should not wear white kurta and come. And not colorful kurta, white kurta. Sometimes it's okay. If you are in a situation you cannot wear, that's fine. We don't say anything. I just want to let you know. Ultimately, it's up to you. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Okay. So I love the beginners level devotees program. Um, and bit sad that we are not getting enough every week. Earlier we used to do every week. So there's a lot of continuity with it. But now that we have got so many other activities and now different devotees are beginning to grow. And you also have got your own teams and discussions on your own. So which are picked up. So that's why we fill in other elements in your bhakti, which you would help in your devotion. So we've got Vaishnava bhajan programs and realizations and Prabhupada memories and Guru Maharaj class and all this, and then guest speakers, and I give oral classes and all that. So um, yeah, but I cherish the beginners level devotees program. So we will discuss today. Um, I will just share um, that link, okay, where it will be. Just hold on, please. Okay, thank you. I think I've done it now. And we will share this and we'll require a volunteer to volunteer. Krishna, are you okay? I can share the screen now. You can put share it on YouTube and all, and Facebook and all that. Okay. There it is. Okay, here it is. And why is it showing like this? Can everybody see this? Is it clear to everybody?
I think you might need to turn your phone the other way around.
Is it? Maybe I can give it to you. Can you share it, Beta, Krishna? If I give it to you, can you share it?
Yep.
Okay, hold on. It's a little easier. But now I like to speak and maybe it's better I do it myself. Hold on. Let
I
me see
think
if
if
I
you,
can do it from the
yeah,
other way.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that should work.
Let me see if I can do this way. Then I can. Yeah, this is better. Is it okay for everybody?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, hold on. Now I have to. I'll just hold it. No problem. Let me hold it. Okay, wonderful. So we are now chapter 5 with realizing that God is everywhere. This Prahlad Maharaj's discussion, topic of Prahlad Maharaj. So who would like to volunteer to read, please?
Prabhu, I can.
You want to read?
Yes, Prabhu.
Sure, please. Please, Ati.
Chapter 5. Prahlad, Maharaj Prahlad informed his classmates about the all-pervasiveness of the Supreme Lord. But although the Supreme Lord is all-pervasive by means of his expansions and his energies, that does not mean he has lost his personality. That is significant. Although he is all-pervading, still he is a person. According to our material perception, if something is all-pervading, then it has no personality, no localized aspect. But God is not like that. For example, the sunshine is all-pervading, but the sun also has a localized aspect, the sun planet, and you can see it. Not only is there a sun planet, but within the sun planet is a sun god, whose name is Vivaswan. We get this information from Vedic literature. There is no way to there is no way to understand what is taking place on other planets except to hear from authorized sources. In the modern civilization, we accept scientists as authorities in these matters. We hear a scientist say, "We have seen the moon. It is such and such," and we believe it. We have not gone with the scientist to see the moon, but we believe him. Belief is the basic principle of understanding. You may believe the scientists or you may believe the Vedas. It is up to you which source you believe. The difference is that the information from the Vedas is infallible, while that received from the scientists is fallible. Why is the scientist's information fallible? Because ordinary man, conditioned by material nature, has four defects. What are they? The first is that a conditioned human being has
Sorry, one
imperfect.
second. One second. We just hold it for now. Okay. So we are infallible. Wonderful. Thank you very much. So I would like to just dwell on this subject, Sorry. Yeah. I'm holding my camera now with my hand. Right. Um, the knowledge of the Vedas is infallible, but knowledge of material scientists is fallible. Do you understand the meaning of fallible and infallible? Who knows this? Raise your hand. And can you explain to me, please? What is fallible? What is infallible?
So infallible means it is not wrong. It is correct.
Yeah, it cannot be wrong. It can
Cannot.
never be wrong. It can never be wrong. It's infallible. Now, can you give an example of why the material science knowledge is fallible? Anyone? Can you give an example?
So they are coming with different theories over the period of time to explain some phenomena.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, just don't need to raise your hands. Just continue. Yes, Father, who? Just say
So, Prabhu, you were asking an example, or do you want
example.
why?
Example.
Example. So, Prabhu, I can think of two examples. One you gave in the class about sugar, and the second one was about cigarettes. So, in the days before, cigarettes were not, because the cancer research was not done properly. So people thought that smoking cigarette was very cool and it has no harmful effects. So people used to smoke a lot. But then as things started picking up, cigarettes, you told us in the class that they now changed their marketing campaign and told that it's a thing of masculinity or something, very daring because you're putting fire in your mouth. So they changed it, and now uh, even the research is there, but they still do it. So and third example could be in scientific terms. Previously, the brain was thought to be an organ that provides cooling to the body instead of an organ that does the controlling of the nervous system. So there are ample. This will keep coming. Atomic theory, Prabhu. Atom was thought to be very different. Then Neil came. Then this came. Then that came. Then quantum theory. Then so there are ample, Prabhu, ample examples of why it is valuable.
Yeah, it keeps changing. That's correct. And now you were surprised to know that they would say that a little bit of wine is good for health. That has been debunked, completely debunked. Now the doctors say, no, no, no. Even GPs do not know. My GP was arguing with me on this. Said a little bit of wine is good for health. It's wrong. It's been proved any amount of alcohol, be it less or good or large, is bad for health. Okay? I mean, 5% or 4% or whatever it is, Because even fermented food has got alcohol too. But that is very minimal. That's okay. I mean, you don't ferment things, So that is the meaning of fallible. It keeps changing. But the Vedic knowledge is infallible because it's written down. If Krishna says, I'm the source of all spiritual and material world, everything emanates from me. He spoke 5,000 years ago. So your grandfather, great-grandfather, great-great-great-grandfather, great-great-great-grandfather, his grandfather, they all realize this. Krishna is the Supreme Lord. He's written. It cannot be changed. You understand this? This is the meaning of daring. Whereas nowadays, with all the medicines and ads, they say, 99.9%. They say that, okay, Dettol bacteria, whichever, Savlon or Dettol or whatever it is, just give it some name. They say they kill all bacteria. They don't have the daring to say 100% killing. They will show 99.9% or 99%. And even in the animation, they will show still some bacteria remaining in the ads. You see, this is the point. This is material fallibility. It's called fallible. Fallible. Materially, things are fallible. That is the reason why when there was a big scientist who was giving the theory that human beings, living organisms are created by chemicals. So Srila Prabhupada's disciple, Bhakti Swarup Damodar Swami Maharaj, he said, if I gave you all the chemicals you need, can you guarantee you'll create life? So this man, he was giving presentation. All people were paying money to listen to him. Big scientist, I don't remember the name. So he was challenged from the audience question and answer session. If we give you all the chemicals, can you create life? He says, maybe, yes and no. He did not say a yes. So what is the value of these things, you see? Nothing. Nothing at all. As Jiva, as spirit soul, we are also in quality same as God. What do you mean by this? But quantity we are not. What do we understand by this? Come on, come on. Anyone? As quality, we are same as God. What do you mean by this? God, all of you should know this. Otherwise, you should have asked this question beforehand. As quality, all living beings, all jivas, souls, are as same as God. What do we understand by this? Now, Krishna says that all living beings are my separate part and parcel. We discussed it so many times. What does it mean? Come on, this is a basic question. All of you just don't raise your hands. Answer. Answer. Keep going. We'll save time. Yes.
Prabhupada gives that very famous example that ocean and its drop, it's both salty.
Yes.
Qualitatively,
That's right. That is an example Prabhupada gave. What did you understand? So what does it mean?
that I am made of the things that are God is made of that thing, and I'm just a tiny part of that thing.
Yeah. So what does it mean? That's right. That's correct. So what is it? Bolo. You're right. You're right.
So I'm thinking about.
No problem. Anyone want to help? Anyone wants to help him on this? Articulate things better.
Prabhu, I'm a track. So I think, Prabhu, that Krishna's qualities, whatever original qualities Krishna possessed, as Pradyum Prabhu said, that we possess all of them, the original qualities.
Hmm.
Like, for example, the desire to love, the desire to maybe do mischief, all these other things, which is the starting line or starting context of the Perfect Question, Perfect Answer book. Prabhupada is saying this. So we have all these qualities, but Krishna has like absolute power. He is the absolute. So whatever he does is on the absolute platform. It's all good. There's no right, wrong, nothing else on that level. Even on the spiritual level, when we go, they're not. But Krishna is very big in quantity, meaning that he can, he has the absolute power. He has a lot of power. We don't have it. So we need to be dependent on Krishna. So part and parcel. So we need to be dependent on Krishna to maybe, to um, to use the quality to experience the qualities that we have. For example, to experience love, right? So we need to be dependent on Krishna, whereas Krishna is absolute. He does not need any to give Swaraj. So he does not need to be dependent on anyone, although he has all the same qualities that we have. So I'm just guessing it.
Yeah, well, it's not a simple answer. This question should have been raised by all of you much before. These are very difficult, very difficult questions. It's good points. Yeah, anyone wants to add something? Even leaders can join in. What do you mean by jivas? Yeah, as good as Krishna.
That point that Patu raised was I was also thinking on the same line that the amount of, for example, the love, the emotion or this love, we feel it in a certain way. The quantity may be different what we feel and what the on a what Krishna in absolute, because he's absolute, the amount may differ, but the feeling or the emotion aspect is same. Again, one more point that always comes when it is quantity and quality discussion is, we are also made up of Satchit Anand, and Krishna is also Satchit Anand. So on a, in terms of soul, the quality is same, but quantity is different. So this
Yes.
is what I.
So what does it mean? That's correct. These are good theoretical answers. We taught theory, we had heard theory, and we're very happy. Yes, that's right. So what does it mean? This is absolutely right. So what does it mean? You know the answers. So what does it mean?
So can I try?
Please continue. Don't ask. Don't wait. Just it's a discussion. You know I like discussions. This is discussion. Beginners pro is always discussion. Yes, tell us. Share it, please.
So like we've heard that even the demigods have more tendency to enjoy, or they are more powerful than us, and they are if we compare them to Krishna, they are nothing. So like to enjoy, for example, if I have to eat some rasgullas, I'll be done with 4 or 5. I don't have that much capacity to enjoy also. My capacity is very less. Demigods, they have very large capacity, and Krishna is infinite, so he has infinite capacity to enjoy also. So everything that we are doing and every aspect of us, he has that in infinite quantity.
So demigods are bigger than you and me.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. What do others think? Just this point. Demigods are bigger in soul size than us.
Not the soul size. They have got these bodies by Krishna, given to them by Krishna, so that they can enjoy more.
So material body is this way, right? I'm
Yes.
talking about spiritual part. We are as good as God. I'm talking about the spirit soul.
Prabhu, may I jump in?
Please continue. Please jump in.
Okay. So,
Everybody
Prabhu,
can jump in. It's a discussion. We'll save time.
Prabhu, I was thinking on this aspect that, so just one point I'm putting a part and parcel, right? So when we say part and parcel, we've read this so many times that just one example of this would be that Krishna has absolute free will, right? And we have very minute, tiny free will. Now, both of us have free will. That is the ability to decide between things, choosing between things. Um, so you're asking what does it mean practically? So I'm thinking on those lines. So maybe for Krishna, he can desire to create the material world, and the material world is there. If today I desire that I want to create a mango, I cannot create a mango. So there's a difference in the quantity in the sense that he has absolute control over everything. But let's say Krishna desires to, have some pastime or something. I cannot then decide that, oh, I don't want to have this pastime, let's remove this pastime or, change things in this pastime. That's not what my free will allows. I do have a free will, but my free will could be that whether I want to serve Krishna or the devotees in some way, enjoy the pastime. Using Krishna's absolute will, we can choose to help him in executing his or free will, or we can choose not to. That's the free will we have. But we do have the free will, but it's less in quantity. We cannot, let's say, if Krishna decides to have spring season and Yamuna River and boating and everything, I cannot then, by my free will, say, oh, no, 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 this is nonsense. I don't want to have boats. Let's replace it with cars or whatever nonsense. Right? I cannot do that with my free will. But what I can do is choose to serve Krishna in a way that he is better able to enjoy or serve in some capacity, limited capacity that somehow executes his free will. So that is one example. And part and parcel. So that is one example I could think of.
Okay, what are the others? Thank you, Vaishnavi. What are others saying, for example? What is said? Do we agree? Or we disagree? Or partly agree? Or we can take the conversation further?
So I like that point. I have not thought about it like that, but I think that is a good point that we are very tiny free will. We cannot create things on our own. Krishna can create things on our own. We can maybe create some small machines, but Krishna can create entire material world if he desires. So I think that is a good point.
Okay, thank you. What others think?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, but isn't it comes under the quality of that we don't have that the quality of our soul is not that much that we have those powers of Krishna. So uh, I, I don't know in quantity how can I explain? Like Prabhu also said that we are dependent on Krishna for you know for enjoying more. we have certain limit of enjoyment. So like we are more dependent on, we are borrowing the sense of that enjoyment from Krishna because he has more of it. So that could be one thing, that he is more in quantity. Like this Anand part, Sachit Anand part, we all want to feel happy, but we we are not, we have that limited or very temporary capacity of sense of happiness. So we do all of our bhakti so we can be happy, situate in that happiness for longer period of time.
Okay, okay. Anybody else? That's good. They're good points. They're very good points. Don't search online. I want you to think. Give me original ideas. You won't get it online. What does leaders think? Sanjeev, what do you think, Sanjeev Prabhu? You at work? Can you talk? You said you can't show your face. Sorry, he can't talk. He's at work. Who else is there now? Yes, Saraswati Mataji?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I have missed some of the Parth Prabhu's realizations because I got distracted somewhere. So I would like to know the question, please.
No, but part and parcel of, what does it mean understand by part and parcel of God, Krishna?
Part and parcel of God, Krishna, okay. So one thing is that Krishna is Sachit Anand, and we are also, our soul is made up of that. And then also whatever qualities Krishna has, we have a little bit of it. And that is the part of it. And then we are, with those qualities, we have been sent to this material world as a parcel of it. We have been parceled here. And then because we are just in a, because we are actually constantly kicked by three modes of material nature here. So that's why the way we should act when we are in a spiritual world, we act opposite to it. So we try to enjoy ourselves instead of giving enjoyment to Krishna. But that is not the real service, what we are supposed to do. But we are doing for our enjoyment everything. So that's what I understand, Prabhuji.
I did not understand much. So we are part and parcel of God. What do we understand by this? Not the body. Three modes material nature comes to the body. We're talking about the spirit soul. Okay, let's move on. Somebody else now. We'll continue with the discussion. Yes, mother, don't just continue. Don't ask, don't wait for answer. Yes, Sushi Mother, you continue.
Pro, what I mean, I was just thinking on a very general platform that when I say that I am born, I'm a product of my my parent gave birth to me. So when I say that I am a part and parcel of Krishna, so the father has to be Krishna, and he some or the other way, he is the source of me coming in existence. So so he is the father, and I am just coming out of him. So quantity wise, like he is, if he is that much of quantity and I'm coming out of him, then in quantity I maybe I am absolutely different, but quality wise I am his product. So that was
Yes,
that is what I was
that's right.
thinking, that
That's right. That's right. So what does it mean? That is correct. So what does it mean?
so this means that in quality I am also like Krishna.
Yeah. So what does it mean? That's correct. Let's go further. Yes, correct.
So so that means that in quality I can like Krishna, but I cannot be in quantity like Krishna. So I cannot be God, but in
Yes.
quality I can achieve all the qualities that God has. I can
Yes.
possess all the qualities that God has.
No, you already have. So what is it called? You can become
I
godly.
already have that.
We are godly.
I can become godly, but I cannot become. Yeah,
Yes, Sushi Mataji. Yes, please.
I can become godly, but I can never be. Yeah.
Become God.
Yes, Roji. I can give an example of a watermelon. If a watermelon piece is separated from a watermelon, it is just separate. We are part and parcel of Krishna. That means we are just separated. One soul is separated from a big spirit. We are just separated. We are Krishna's part only. If a watermelon is there, if I just take one piece from a watermelon, then the watermelon part will also have some qualities, but it is quantity wise, it is not same, but quality wise, it will same. It will taste the same.
Yeah, that's correct. Same answer. Quality wise, quantity wise. That's correct. So what does it mean?
That we are just separated. We are just a
Yeah, we are
part of.
godly. We can become godly. We are godly. Yes, Om Prabhu, just come in to the discussion. Yes,
Roji,
that's correct.
recently I was fortunate enough to visit Sandipani Ashram, where
Yeah,
in Ujjain there was described this 64 kalas of Krishna. So
yes,
we can have one of them or two of them, or I think the more or enough five of them maybe
hmm,
at max. But Krishna have all of, in quantity wise, he achieved all of them, because everything is that all colors were generated from him only. So he had the knowledge or anything in a very absolute, in a very quantity wise, very complete. But we can also have that, but we cannot have all of them. So we have the same quality to achieve perfection as perfection in some of them, some of the knowledge or some of the kalas. But I think it is mostly impossible for us to achieve as also as a spirit soul, the complete the wholeness of what Krishna have.
yes, that's correct. So we are part and parcel, meaning that we are good enough in quality but not in quantity. Same thing which everybody says, That's correct.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, yes. So if Krishna has created us, he becomes one soul less in his from him. So what is his body made up of? What is body made up of?
Earth, water, fire.
Krishna's body. Krishna's body is made up of earth, water.
Satchidanand,
Which is
Satchitananda
which is
Vigraha.
what? Which is what?
Knowledge,
which is
bliss,
bliss,
and
knowledge, and
Eternity, knowledge, and bliss.
this.
Okay, that's his body made up of. So when he creates us, only then we become alive. So then, why he creates us? Why does he create us?
Hare Krishna, Babuji.
Yes, Abu.
Yeah, sorry, Babuji. Yeah, I was a bit away. Yes, I was listening the conversation, and yeah, there is a, if something is made up, there is a purpose for it. So, but my understanding is that why the soul is made up, because there is a purpose, and Krishna made up the souls to, so he want to increase the happiness, or increase the, like, all our purpose is to serve Krishna. So the sole purpose of the purpose of the soul is to serve Krishna, the loving devotion service. So Srila Prabhupada gave examples about like a machine and the screws when they fall out and they're no use, but they, when they put in back in the machine, they are part of the whole. So yes, probably. So when we're saying that we are in the same quality, same quality but not quantity. Quantity is less, but our purpose is different.
Okay.
Yes,
Thank
Prabhu.
you. Thank you. So all of you are saying this. So that means Krishna created us. So he was lacking something. That's why he created us for his enjoyment.
No, bro.
Who thought like this? Anybody thought this way? That Krishna created us?
Yes,
Yes.
Prabhu.
So what is the answer there then?
Mm.
Yes,
Bro,
Prabhu. What is the
can I,
answer there?
yeah, can I just have a little bit of a, I'll tell you the answer also, but the problem that you stated was, it is, I think, Aristotle's logic. He had this philosophy about the frozen absolute. He said if God is absolute and he possesses everything, and if everything is perfect within him, he would have no need to expand because he is absolutely perfect within him, right? Then there's no point of creation because he's satisfied in his own zone. But then I thought about it, Prabhu, and I think I read it so far book. I don't know where I read, but what my answer would be, Prabhu, that since the purpose of soul, as Sanjeev Prabhu said, and other devotees said, it's for reciprocation of love, right? And a Krishna, if he's perfect, but he's, let's say, you can say, what I thought would be, and you may correct me, it is overflowing with pleasure. There's pleasure and there's overflow of pleasure. So he does not need us, but to share the overflowing pleasure, because I can relate it to myself that when I'm extremely happy, I want to share the happiness with other people as well. So uh, for that purpose, to share the happiness and to you know, reciprocate that love, Krishna created us. So that would be my answer.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Reciprocation. Okay. Is everybody getting this discussion?
True, but if the reciprocation is the only condition, then he would have created few people around him to reciprocate, but not the entire universe and lot of other universes. But only the, just he could have one territory for
Yeah,
the
that's right.
reciprocation.
So my question is
So
why you guys, nobody asked this question before. Why do you have to wait for me to pointer this and stir the hornet's nest? And everybody's asking and thinking like this. This question you should have thought beforehand when you heard that we are small part and parcel of Krishna, we're part and parcel of Krishna. Yeah, okay. So continue, mother. You continue your point. Finish your point.
So yeah, Prabhuji, I was thinking about this question, and I don't know why, but my sister also asked this question, that why God created this entire entire world, and then a whole lot of universes, whole lot of galaxies. And because if he wanted to enjoy and reciprocate, uh, so he would have created a little territory for the reciprocation of love. So yeah, and I was thinking about this since
No,
one
this is a
week.
very simple question answer. Why did God create the universe, material world? Because the living being wanted to enjoy separately from him. So he created it. That's the answer we know. But our question is, why did he created us? Not the universe, is much later on.
Mm.
Material world comes much later on. That's a very simple answer, which we understand.
Yeah.
So God created us because he was lacking something. Because all your answers, all of us are saying that, okay, there's God, he is us, we serve him. Subordination, of course we are subordinate. Mahaprabhu says this. Jiva Sarupa Krishna Nityas. That's a Sarup of the Jiva is to serve Krishna. That's correct. So what does it mean? See, we should have asked this question. It's the foundation. This is the very foundation. Why are the leaders not saying?
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
You should jump in now. All the leaders should jump in. Yes.
Now, I think Prabhupada actually he did mention as well. So the living entities were created by Krishna because he wanted to actually derive pleasure. Because Srila Prabhupada said that, for example, he gives that yes, you can be happy, So whenever you gain something, you become happy. But if you want to really enjoy, you need an association about this, So when you share the happiness, it increases. So that's the reason
Yeah, but
actually
that means he lacks something. A singular personality.
no, he don't actually. He's
Then
self-sufficient
what did
in
he
himself.
create? Yeah, so why did he create then? If he's self-sufficient. Yes, we understand self-sufficient. Shastra
Yeah.
says this.
Oh, may I?
Continue.
Okay. Prabhu, no, it is not necessary that, for example, Prabhu, if I have 100 gulab jamun on my list, okay? I have 100 gulab jamun and I can only eat 10, but I have 100 and they keep appearing and there's no limit to it, right? It keeps going on. Yes, I can keep eating gulab jamun to be very happy and I'm satisfied with that. I'll eat 10 gulab jamuns, digest them, eat 10 again, digest that. But then, if these extra gulab jamuns, if I share them, right? If I share them, then I can reciprocate the taste of what I am experiencing with somebody else, and then seeing them happy will make me even happier. I am happy,
So
but
Krishna
I'm
is
talking
selfish.
about. No, he's not. No, not selfish. This is love, Prabhu.
You just
Like
said
when
it
you
now.
share.
You just said it now. You
No,
just
but
said it
it's about
yourself.
sharing, Prabhu. No, I'm talking about Prabhu that you know he's sharing. He's sharing his love. He's sharing the feeling of happiness that he's experiencing with other people, so that they
Yeah.
can also experience what
Oh,
what
okay.
he's
Okay.
experiencing, that happiness. Yeah.
Okay. Good point. Yes. So if Krishna was not satisfied on his own, he would not have created us, correct? Yes. Because now I'm very I know it is in the thick of things. We are in a very thick of things discussion. And I'm just touching the surface. I wanted to have further layers of discussion, but we are losing time. We don't have much time left. We got very less time. So I have to quickly start to conclude, and I will not be able to do justice to this discussion, but conclude very quickly. It's a very intellectual discussion. It's a very simple point, but it's very deep. Yes, Prabhu, please continue.
So one point I didn't understand that Thakur mentioned that even Krishna that would make even happier. So even happier means he was a little bit less happy, and then he was more happy.
Yeah, what do you think, Path Prabhu?
So he's
Now
lacking.
everybody's thinking. Now everybody's thinking, eh? Give some credit, man. Now I stirred the hornet's nest. Now everybody's thinking. Otherwise, everybody's sleeping nicely. Yes, yes, I should love Krishna, and I'm chanting Krishna. I'm not able to do my job properly. When will I find my husband? When will I find my wife? Oh, I'm not able to chant. When will my job? All this was very busy. Nobody was thinking about this basic thing. And tomorrow also you'll go to sleep. You must not appreciate. You appreciate this point. It's very difficult what we're trying to achieve. We're stirring out. It's a very challenging thing. It's a big challenging thing. So, Padhavu, answer the question.
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah. So it's not so it's the same happiness, but to enjoy love or to enjoy this flavor of happiness that I'm talking about, you need reciprocation. And Prabhu, but this was to you that Krishna, right? Like in one sense, in Gita he says that these kings, me and you, were always there, will be there, right?
Hmm.
So in what sense are we talking about creation? Like, if you can tell me.
That is what I'm asking you. When he says that all of you are my part and parcel, what do
Yeah.
we understand by this? That is my question.
Part
My
and
question
parcel.
was very simple. But you see, it's not that simple. There are so many layers in this.
Yeah. Part and parcel can mean, Prabhu, energy is a Krishna, and energy is a part.
Now, listen, this is
Huh.
okay. It can mean I want to understand your thinking. Don't bring up something which you're standing and making up things. All right?
Okay.
Think about it deeply. As I said, I'm very conscious of time. This discussion is so good and nectarian. We can continue for a long time, So I'm concerned about time, We've got very less time left now. Yes, who raised their hands? So somebody raised their hand too.
So this point made me thinking that Krishna says that soul is ever existing. So I think we are from the time immemorial. There was no point that we were created. We were ever existing as Krishna. Just a tiny portion of it.
So now what does it mean? Parthavu, you got this point. You're raising similar
Yes, Prabhu.
point. You're
Yeah,
raising very
yeah.
similar point. So let's continue this point. So what does it mean by this?
Should I continue, Prabhu? Om Prabhu has raised their hand.
Yeah.
Raised his hand.
Okay. Om Prabhu, yes,
Prabhuji,
continue, Om Prabhu.
Prabhuji, from the point that Pradyumna Prabhu raised, we already existed. The soul already existed. So maybe Krishna wanted us, not maybe, Krishna wanted us to enjoy. He wanted us. For us, how can I say? He wanted us to feel that happiness he's feeling. So that's he, he did it all for us, not for himself. That he wanted to enjoy more.
So he's a very charitable person. He's always does charity to people. He doesn't exist for himself. He exists for other people.
No, just like our parents want us to enjoy or
Because
feel
they're
that
attached.
happy.
Parents are attached after creating you. Before you are even not even born. If you're not born, your parent wouldn't even care about you if you're in other body. But when moment you're born from their body, they're attached to you. And your grandfather would not have seen you. He's seen the village, but he'll be attached to you once you are born. Even before your name became Om, he was attached to you. There's material attachment. Good point. Good point. Don't be disheartened. I'm going to push you guys. Okay? Don't be disheartened. I'm not putting you down. Parth Prabhu, continue.
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. So Pradyumna Prabhu mentioned the point of eternality, that we are always existing, right? And so if we're always existing alongside Krishna, in a capacity, like if everything has a role, right? So we are always existing with Krishna. That means we were we were always in some capacity, um, you know, part and parcel of, okay, now things are connecting, but I'm not able to put words to them. So I understand how this connects to part and parcel, because part and parcel, if Krishna is eternal,
Okay,
then we
no
are part
problem.
and
Think
parcel.
about it.
Yeah.
Your brain is working faster than your speech.
Yes,
It's a
yes,
no,
yes.
it's a good sign. It's a sign of intelligence. Don't get me wrong. It's very good. Very good. Just take a deep breath and articulate your thoughts. I have a big habit that whenever there's a problem or situation, always remember this. It's a free advice. It's a magical advice to all of you. In any situation, if you break down the situation into your words, okay, define the situation in your words, you'll be able to get an answer very quickly. Okay, yes, somebody raised the hand. Who was raising the hand?
I raised my hand, bro. Then the yeah, I'm also doing the same thing. My brain is working than my speed of speech.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
and
That is the whole idea. I want to do that. You see how much control I've
so
got against all of you.
yeah,
That's
so
exactly what I want to do.
if at all the soul is eternal and we are ever existing, so then why again the creation is happening, and the universe is ever expanding. So why it's, I mean, all the souls are ever created. I mean, I had a
All the
question.
souls are ever created, meaning
I mean,
more and more
is
souls keep created. Yeah.
more and more souls are coming,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they are ever existing. They are
Yes,
also ever existing.
that's right. That's right. And Krishna is complete. By creating all this, he's still complete. He never becomes one soul less or two souls less or 1 million souls less. Good. You guys have woken up. Say thank you, Ambrish Prabhu. At least say that much. You made an alarm clock. I'm an alarm clock. You woke up. Oh my God. What am I doing? Am I chanting Hare Krishna? Am I living life? Am I being spiritual? What is all these things going on? Basic question I ask. So what do you mean by you are part and parcel of Krishna? That's what I'm asking you. Okay, we've got very few time. I have to conclude very quickly. I'm sorry. I have to go. We've got some other things to be done. We can't extend this discussion more. So, what does it mean? Path Prabhu, articulate things.
Sorry, bro. So yeah, Prabhu, part and parcel. So I'm going to the very basics of the definition of part and parcel. So so I'm just analogy to an organization, let's say. So there are things in an organization, parts and people who make up. So when we say part of Krishna, we are not separate from Krishna. We are in a way like the entirety of this entire creation is Krishna, right? There is nothing apart from Krishna. The entire thing that exists is Krishna, right? And everything within that, for example, so I am relating that. So there's this in mathematics, there's this structure called as Menzel structure. So what happens is there's a structure. If we keep zooming it, the same structure keeps repeating, right? So how this relates to Krishna is, so everything is Krishna. There is nothing apart from Krishna. We all know there can be nothing apart from Krishna. And within that system, there is Krishna as a independent individual person who reciprocates as well with other smaller Krishna's version of himself, and these smaller versions of himself have some role to play, just like we have some role to play in an organization. No, I'm off track.
Just till that time you're okay. Don't talk about role to play.
Okay.
Remove that point.
Okay, so we are all smaller Krishnas, and are then Prabhu, this one point remains that then I'm not able to take this forward. If you can help me, I'm not able to take this.
Yes, because we cannot compress knowledge with our knowledge. We cannot compress Krishna with our knowledge. Understand this point. No matter how hard it tried. You are very good into saying that in the whole material world, there was I'd seen one documentary on this, where there was one particular formula which exists everywhere. If you apply everywhere, I'd written down, I'd actually written down this point somewhere. I forget it. Okay. So it exists everywhere, in smallest of the smallest atom, biggest atom, the same formula exists. Everywhere the same formula exists. So till that point, you are absolutely right. But do not come to the point to say that we are created with one limitation. Okay, all right. See, how does this sound? Yes, we are devotees of, we are servants of Krishna. Okay, why we are servants of Krishna? Because all of you said, or you understand that we are small part of the bigger whole. Quality wise, we are same as Krishna. Quantity wise, we are not. Okay, and there are also other living beings who are bigger than us. Tough luck. That's how it is. Okay. Now, that's another philosophical point, spiritual discussion. That's another point. That's fine. But understand this point that we can be godly. I don't want to conclude this so easily. So I'm going to leave you with an answer which is not a full answer. Okay. So I'm hoping that one day one of you will raise and say, Prabhuji, can we start the discussion again? Okay. So I'm leaving you with an answer which is not a complete answer. Okay. It's evolving. I'm working on it. But they said, so what do you mean I'm working on it? It will come to that, you know. It's evolving. So very simple question. We are part and parcel of Krishna, meaning what? We are part and parcel of Krishna. As spirit souls, we've got the same quality as Krishna. But Krishna is very, very big. We are not very big. We are small. Okay. So does it mean Krishna was lacking something? Not really. So why did he create us? To be charitable to us? But we are part and parcel of him. So what is the reason of being charitable to us? So what do you mean by part and parcel? Think about this. What do you understand by being part and parcel? Think about this. And think about this. Till we meet again. Till then, chant Hare Krishna and be happy. It's like all those movies, serials, we've got documented where they do the whole thing and come to the same point and say, wow, it made you think, we did the whole circle, whole world. But again, because we are part and parcel, he doesn't need to create us. But then why did he create us? Well, he created us because we are his part and parcel. The answer lies in this point that we are part and parcel. Okay? So live with this thought. Think about it. I've woken you up. Hopefully, I've woken you up nicely. And think about this. All of you are very intelligent souls. And do not be, we can choose to say, yeah, I'm happy with this knowledge. I'm servant of Krishna and I'm good. I'll chant Hare Krishna and go back to Godhead. What will you do with going back to Godhead? So you should know what is the meaning of part and parcel. Okay? We can give you knowledge of what happens in Godhead. There is information available what happens in Godhead. Okay? But all information cannot come through, it will become like a vomiting, Okay? But at the same time, for now, the fundamental part and parcel is part and parcel. Think about what is part and parcel. Okay? And when you're ready, you ask me this question again, and all of you will take the efforts to come to this level of excitement and understanding and deepness, and we can take this discussion further. It's up to you. I'll leave it to you. Maybe it's next week, or the week after, or after 1 year, or after I'm dead, then you can discuss somebody amongst yourself or somebody else, but it's up to you. I'll leave it to you to hold this discussion and ask this question again. Otherwise, next week, we'll continue with our next paragraph, of what Prahlad Maharaj says. All right? Hare Krishna. Srila Gurudev ki jai. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Shinitai Gaur Chandra Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Shri Ananta Koti Vaishnavanda ki jai. What we have done here is together. We have reciprocated something, the relationships, and we are moving further inch by inch in our devotional service. Okay. Thank you. It's time up now. I have to really go. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Okay, so whose turn is it now to sing Maharaj, Maharaj, please hear us?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, it's my turn.
ओ हरे कृष्णा सुभद्रा जी कैसे हैं आप ठीक है
ठीक है प्रभुजी.
आप सुन रहे थे हम क्या बोल रहे थे यहाँ पर
I was doing chanting Prabhuji.
Oh, you were chanting for 1.5, 2 hours? 1 hour you chanting, so nice. You were listening to the class? आप क्लास में सुन रहे थे इससे पहले वाला क्लास?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Oh, very good. और उससे पहले वाला क्लास भी नहीं, इंटरमीडिएट लेवल तो नहीं, पर ये 2 वाला क्लास सुना. अच्छी बात है, सुना करो. You must always be listening, okay? Don't do anything else. Children should always be there listening. Although it may be hard for you, but it will help you. You are very lucky. All the children are very lucky. You should be around listening to the classes. Alright? Being part and parcel of Krishna. You should also think about it. What do you mean being part and parcel of Krishna? Alright. So very nice. Subhadraji, we have nicely do nice prayers with actions and we'll follow you. 1, 2, 3, start.
Maharaj, Maharaj, please hear us.
Maharaj, Maharaj, please hear us.
We have learned some real good stuff.
We have learned some real good stuff.
Maharaj, we have learned one thing.
Maharaj, we have learned one thing.
And today for you we will sing.
And today for you we will sing.
If our room is clean,
If our room is clean,
then our mind is clean.
then our mind is clean.
If our mind is clean,
If our mind is
we
clean,
can do anything.
we can do anything.
If our room is dirty,
If our room is dirty,
then so are we.
then so are we.
And if we are dirty,
And if we are dirty,
we're not happy.
we're not happy.
Wasting time
Wasting time
is the greatest
is
crime.
the greatest crime.
Because wasted time
Because wasted time
means a wasted mind.
means a wasted mind.
The best is your time.
So best use your time
When you're in your prime.
when you're in your prime.
And your whole life
And your whole life
will be sublime.
will be sublime.
If your wealth is gone,
If your wealth is gone,
then there is nothing wrong.
then there is nothing wrong.
But if your health is gone,
If your health is gone,
then that's a different song.
that's a different song.
But if your characters die,
But if your characters dies,
then the world will cry.
then the world will cry.
Only saintly behavior
Only saintly behavior
lets humanity thrive.
lets humanity thrive.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
We must always remember Krishna.
We must always remember
And
Krishna
never forget him too.
and never forget him too.
But how are we to practice this with so many things to do?
But how are we to practice this with so many things to do?
That is the greatest question.
That is the greatest question.
Here's greatest clue.
And here is the greatest clue.
You must learn to work so nicely that Krishna remembers you.
You must learn to work so nicely that Krishna remembers you.
So listen very closely.
So listen very closely
Make your thinking sharp.
and make your thinking sharp.
Let's learn how we can live and work so Krishna won't depart.
Let's learn how we can live and work so Krishna won't depart.
If something due tomorrow,
If something's due tomorrow,
finish it today.
finish it today.
Whatever's due today,
Whatever's due today,
do it now, don't delay.
do it now, don't delay.
Your friends might be lazy
Your friends might be lazy
or doing bad things,
or doing bad things,
but you think again,
but you think again,
don't follow them,
don't follow them,
and you will win the end.
and you will win the end.
Whatever work we're given,
Whatever work we're
we
given,
do our very best.
we do our very best.
We only live with what we need and give Krishna the rest.
We only live with what we need and give Krishna the rest.
This is how to live, to work and to play. You learn to live this way, you'll see Krishna every day.
This is how to live, to work and to play. You learn to live this way, see Krishna every day.
And when our time is up, he'll take us up above. We're singing out with him with a heart full of love.
When our time is up, he'll take us up above. We sing and dance with him with the heart full of love.
To chant Krishna's name, his glories and his fame, so only way this world will ever become clean.
So chant Krishna's name, his glories and his fame is the only way this world will ever become sane.
Now please ask this greatest question.
Now please ask this greatest question
And find this greatest clue.
and find this greatest clue.
You can only remember Krishna.
You can only remember Krishna.
If Krishna remembers you.
If Krishna remembers you.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai.
His Holiness Srila Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj, Srila Gurudev ki Jai. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Shri Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai. Shri Nitai Gaur Chandra Prem Anande Hari Hari Bol. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the lotus feet of Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga ki Jai. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Srila Gurudev ki Jai. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Mahavishnu Goswami ki Namine. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami ki Namine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gaur Vani Prasarine Nirvishesh Sunyavadi Pasha Pitekari. I thank you very much to all of you for wonderful participation, very loving discussion. Please keep it going. Just think about it. I just want all of us who are with me, whom I'm serving, to be awake. So one day Maharaj told me, Guru Maharaj, don't be sleeping in your bhakti Ambarisa. So I'm just trying to follow that for my own self. So till that time, we meet again, Krishna willing, next week, same place, same time. Even if we don't meet, till then, chant Hare Krishna and be happy. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare
Thank you.
Ram, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram.